Be a wolf, not a sheep. Sheep get eaten this week on The Brian Murray Show. Welcome to The Brian Murray Show, a real estate show, New Jersey style. Today's discussion point is also going to merge with today's hot topic, which is about the market. I'm so excited to talk about the market today, February 24th, 2021. So don't be a sheep, be a wolf in today's market. I've been advocating now for several months that, hey, this market is going to turn. Hey, this might be the bottom of the market. The winter might be the bottom of the market. Hey, the vaccine is coming. The market's starting to turn. The interest rates are super low. Hey, this might be the bottom of the market coming here. This might be the best time to buy. This might be it. And guess what? It is. It is. So don't be a sheep, be a wolf. What a wolf does is they hunt and they understand what the territory is and they understand the situation and they go and they eat the sheep. Well, unfortunately, that's just the way of the world, but they eat the sheep. So don't be a sheep. What a sheep does is a sheep goes along with the crowd, the sheeple, and they go, hey, Brian's saying this, but I'm not seeing it. I'm not reading it in the mainstream media, the New York Times or Fox or the Wall Street Journal. They're just talking about, the housing in the suburbs and this and that. And, they're not really talking about it. So guess what's going to happen? I see the numbers. I've got the numbers right here. I have the numbers right here. I'm looking at the forward numbers, not the backwards numbers. The sheeple look at the backwards numbers. By the time the sheeple get around to getting into the market, whether it's the stock market or the real estate market, the market has moved. Look at the people with GameStop. Who were the people who made money with GameStop? It were the people who got in early. Now, I'm not saying that this is the same thing because that was a crazy thing. But the latecomers to something like GameStop, they got killed. The latecomers to the internet boom, their bubble burst. The latecomers, by the time it hits MSNBC, Fox Business, whatever you want, it's too late. I have the forward-looking numbers right here. And this is today's discussion point. It's really like, how do you interpret numbers that you're seeing? Because you're talking about, look at the number of homes sold. Number of homes sold is a backwards number. That's like looking at yesterday's stock price, trying to figure out what tomorrow's stock price is going to be. Yeah, I could tell you that Amazon's a good company, and I could tell you that they made a whole bunch of money last year and last month, but what's going to happen tomorrow and the next day and the next year? I can't say what Amazon is going to do, but I have the numbers right here. So let's get into the numbers in today's hot topic, which is Hoboken and Jersey City real estate numbers. And let's talk about, I'm going to skip right over the number, the overall market, and we're going to talk about this. Active homes on the market in Hoboken, 208, in Jersey City, 204. This number is coming down. The key to this sheet, which I'm going to share with you, is the number of contracts in the last 30 days. Hoboken, 102 contracts. That means 102 condos under contract in the last 30 days. Jersey City, 87 condos under contract in the last 30 days. These numbers are as good as any number we've ever seen in February and January. These aren't February and January numbers. These are April, May, June numbers. This is the forward number. This contract, you know what this contract turns into in 30 to 60 days? It turns into a sold number. So in 30 to 60 days, probably on the 45 to 60 day, you're going to see the media talking about, wow, the market is booming. I talked to my colleagues in my sources in New York City. They're saying the same thing. You're going to hear in 45 to 60 days, the New York market is making a comeback. The Hoboken market is making a comeback. The Jersey City market is making a comeback. Well, by the time you hear it in the mainstream New York Times or NJ.com, guess what? That was 45 or 60 days ago. You heard it here first. The market is making a comeback. Get on board now. Interest rates this week were rising. I don't know what's going to happen next week, but this week they were rising. So, interest rates are going up and inventory volumes, what's available is going down. I don't know, everything is supply and demand. So what happens when interest rates start to rise? Well, you would think that the first thing is, oh, well, that'll slow the market. It's actually the opposite thing. People panic and they jump into the market because they don't want to miss out on the deal. So that's number one. So you're going to see this panic. Everybody's going to run in and go, I want to get the 2.5%. I want to get the 2.78% interest rates. Yes. So that's great. That's going to cause inventory to go down. It's going to cause bidding wars. It's going to cause the if inventory goes down and the buyers are still there, there's only one thing that can happen at that point, and that's upward pressure on price. That's, supply and demand. That's where we're at right now. So right now, there's still some supply. There's a ton of demand, and money is cheap. So this is what we're really talking about in terms of where the market is going. I can promise you where the market is going. And that's in 45 to 60 days. When these homes close, we're going to be talking about, look at how great the market is and look at how many sold homes there are. Talk to me, talk to an expert who manages the numbers, looks at the numbers, says, hey, the inventory is consistently going down. Did you know in Hoboken, over the last week, there were only 19 new homes on the market? In Jersey City, there were only 24. That's not very many new homes on the market when, hey, 25 are coming off. So the number starts to come down, others fall off for whatever reason. So those numbers start to slowly go down. And if you look at what the turn rate is right now, it's 2 months in Hoboken. It's, 2.5 months in Jersey City. That is a seller's market, not a buyer's market. So right now, buyers, you're in a seller's market and you're still getting good price and interest rates are still low. This is what I want to tell you. This is why these numbers are important and that they're interpreted by a professional who's been doing this for 19 years. Don't be a sheep, be a wolf. Contact me. The good, the bad, the ugly. The good. I was driving through New York City last night and I got to tell you, it was dark and it felt desolate. And I came back to Jersey City, Hoboken, and it felt alive and vibrant. So the good is, hey, this market, these towns, they're surviving and thriving and getting through it. So good on all of us who are making that happen. The bad, they removed the Christmas tree from 11th and Washington this past week. And we really wanted to maybe decorate it for each of the holidays. I mean, gosh, we made it to like February 15th. Why not just keep on going? Something a little different this year, a little bit more oomph, maybe even replace the tree. But it's gone and, so that's bad the city should have really figured something out there just to get that going. And the ugly. Has anybody noticed that the plan for snow removal has been, it will melt eventually? I'm rooting for these warm days because the snow is everywhere. It takes up parking spaces. It's dangerous to drive. Some of the roads are really narrow. Some of the crosswalks you can't see people in. The cities have to do a better job. I know it didn't snow last year and this is kind of unusual, but plan for some unusual. Have a contingency plan. Don't wake up and say, well, it's not like last year. This is very unusual. It's like, isn't that what we pay for, is somebody to think about the unusual or think about, hey, what's the plan if? And this isn't like what's the plan if we get 40 feet of snow? This is what's the plan if we get 18 inches of snow? This isn't crazy, right? 18 inches is not 40 feet. I grew up in central Massachusetts where, my gosh, in the wintertime, you could get 40 feet of snow. And that's no joke. It's like the snow capital of the world. Every other place on a normal snowstorm, 1 to 2 inches. Worcester, 18 to 24 inches. So over the course of a winter, 40 feet, no problem. But Hoboken, Jersey City, come on, man. That's the good, the bad, the ugly. I'm going to leave you with a quote inspired by my talk on the market, which is, be a wolf, not a sheep. Don't gamble. Know your numbers. Own it. And it's, no wife can endure a gambling husband unless he's a steady winner. And the way he's a steady winner, right here, is not by using a gun and catching someone cheating. It's by knowing your numbers. It's by seeing what the future is, what's happening in the future before it happens. Isn't that what we all want? This has been The Brian Murray Show. Again, thank you so much for watching. As always, all episodes of The Brian Murray Show can be found at the murraypropertygroup.com website under the blog section. Appreciate your likes, your shares from LinkedIn to Instagram to Facebook. Hey, we're everywhere. Definitely want you to share it, to comment. Let me know how I'm doing out there, if you're really getting some good information, and definitely share this past episode with friends and family, because it's really important if you have investors or buyers out there to know that there's some good news. And as always, if there's anything that you disagree with, reach out to me directly and I'll show you why you're wrong. Thanks for watching.